Well, students, today we're gonna make a picture of your favorite food. This will end up being a collage because we're gonna cut it out and glue it to another paper to create a plate with other things. So I do want you to think about this as like the main part of your meal. So for example, if I like chocolate and I like pizza, I would make the pizza today. Or if I like apples and I like grilled cheese, I would make the grilled cheese today, and we'll make the fruit and the vegetables, the drinks, maybe even a dessert later. So we're making the main part of your main food that you love to eat. So this will help tell a story about you and your favorite foods, and I encourage you to make it really big. So one thing that I love to do, now that the weather is getting a little bit warmer, is to grill outside and make barbecued chicken sandwiches. So I'm gonna make a big barbecued chicken sandwich, and I'm gonna make the bread on top first. I'm gonna make it really big. So it's like the bun for the top. Maybe I'm gonna put a couple of little seeds on the bun to give it some detail. One other thing that we're practicing is observation to make it look as real as you can. So make it big, make it look as real as you can. I also like to have lettuce on it sometimes. I'm gonna put a piece of lettuce under the bun, and then I like to have the barbecue sauce. And then sometimes I like to have some melted cheese on it. And then I'm gonna put the chicken with the cheese melted on it. And sometimes when it's on the grill, it'll have lines like this on it. So put those grill lines on there. And then I'm gonna make the bottom part of the bun too. Now when you have it all drawn, it's really big, please raise your hand and I will give you a marker. I would like you to take this marker and I would like you to trace everything out really carefully. If you miss a line and you can still see the pencil, when we're done we can just erase it. So here I'm going to trace this all out for the lettuce and the barbecued sauce and the melted cheese and the chicken. And I'm almost done. I've got the bread on the bottom. And you can see how big it is. It goes from the top of my paper all the way to the bottom. When this is done, like I said, if you have some pencil that you can still see, just take your eraser and then just erase that away. Now, part of observation is not only using real lines and real shapes to make it look real, but also using real colors. So here I'm gonna think, what color would be the most real for the bread? Well, bread sometimes can be kind of a golden brown color. So I'm gonna do some brown first, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of mixing. Now if you look at what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna color around these seeds because I don't want those to get covered up. I'm gonna make those a different color. I'm actually gonna make those black like sesame seeds. Or actually I'm not sure what the name of those seeds are. So I'm gonna go around those details. And once I have that all done, then I'm gonna carefully fill this in. Once I fill this in order to make this look more real, I should probably take a different color brown, like this one, and then I can mix it together to make it look like a real golden, like maybe even I toasted it. I toasted the bread on the grill. If you choose to do something like black, I would make black always the second color you use because I wouldn't want the black to smear into my the brown or any other color that you're using. So black would always be the second color I use. So I'll take black now, and we'll fill this in. Now I'm thinking, well, what color is lettuce? Well, lettuce is gonna be green. So if I take my green and I trace around it, I don't wanna get any green on the bread. So we'll go around that. Now instead of just one green, let's take another color green and let's mix it. And you can see that I'm pressing it on really, really hard. Oh, it's looking delicious. It looks real. Now I'm gonna make some barbecue sauce. Well, barbecue sauce, this looks a little more like ketchup because it's so red. Well, one way to make red a little bit darker would be to put a little bit of brown into it. And then it looks a little bit more like barbecue sauce because it's a little bit darker now. Then, cheese can come in a lot of colors. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of orange, and then I'm gonna mix that orange with yellow. So always getting a really good mix. The second color, you can see that I'm pressing it on really hard. Sometimes I might ask you, well, if I'm gonna do bread, would I color it purple or would I color it blue? The answer is no, because I wanna make it look as real as I can. Now, I'm gonna make this part of the chicken kind of this peach color or this really light brown. And then I'm gonna do some of it with a darker brown, but most of it's gonna be this color to start. You can also see that I'm not coloring around it because those are spots that are gonna become, it's gonna be cut out. So I don't want to color around it. And now I'm gonna do some of these grill lines with a little bit of this darker brown. And maybe I'm gonna make it look a little more shaded in here with a little bit of this darker brown around the sides and the edges. And then we'll do this last part of my bun. Now, if you think that you got done early, I do not want you to tell me that you're done early. Instead, I would either find colors that you have 3 of. Like I do have 3 greens. I haven't used this one yet. I can mix that in. Or you can just take a color you've already used and press it on a little harder to get a better mix. So please don't tell me you're done. If you think you're done, I do want you just to press the color on harder and get it colored in really carefully. Now, I want to do 1 or 2 last small things. One thing is if you were to do a piece of pizza, I would probably, it works best, instead of doing 1 slice of pizza, to do like a mini pizza. So I could do a circle and then put a circle inside it. And then if you cross it like a T, and then you can cross it like a star, then I could put, I like pepperoni, so put your favorite topping on it. And maybe some melted cheese or like some steam or something. If you were to do a something like a hot dog, I would probably do the bun, and then you can have the hot dog coming out of it like this, and then you could have maybe I like ketchup or mustard on it and giving it some details. If you were to like something like cereal or spaghetti or macaroni and cheese or something, it's usually the easiest to make a bowl first. And then maybe I'm gonna put like a fun design on the bowl. And then put your macaroni or your cereal or your spaghetti or your noodles inside the bowl. it makes it a lot easier later when we cut it out. And then you can just get it all filled up with your favorite pasta or things like that. So those are quick ways to maybe to make something that would fit in a bowl, a hot dog example, or making pizza so that you're filling up the whole page. All right, let's have fun working on these and using skills of observation to make them look real.